A very good afternoon and welcome to Loddon Valley Leisure Centre. What a matchup we have here today. 4th place Reading Rockets taking on 5th place Team Newcastle University. Both teams with an identical record and vying for that home spot in the playoff quarter-finals as this NBL Division 1 season draws to its climax. Earlier today, Matt Johnson spoke to both coaches ahead of this intriguing matchup.
Welcome, Mark. Welcome down south, should I say?
Thank you.
Nice short trip for you guys.
Easy one, yeah.
I hope your journey is all right. Just talk to us a little about what this game means to you today in the 4th, 5th playoff and your journey as a club.
Yeah, well, you know, our journey as a club, I mean, we got back into Division 1 long enough now to establish ourselves back in the division. We think we've done a good job of that. We've pushed hard for this position today, and I don't think it all definitely comes down to today, but obviously it's going to play a huge part, especially with the head-to-head side of it, yeah. So 4th, 5th battle today. Yeah,
and you guys have had some really good coaching battles, you with a lot of other coaches in Division 1 as well.
Yeah.
You looking forward to going against Samit?
I don't really think of it like that, you know. I know that Samit's a really good coach, respect him a lot, but yeah, I'm just focused on the game, not the coaching battle.
Yeah, well said.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask you about player development. I know it's big for you at the university as well. Talked about the importance of that. Obviously, Christian's joined us this season, doing really, really well.
Yeah.
But what does that mean to you as a programme?
Yeah, I think it's massive. I think that has to be our biggest recruitment pull. It has to be the reason that players want to come to Newcastle, whether undergraduate or postgraduate, to come to Newcastle for those 1 to 4 or 5 years, whatever they want out of it. But to know that we're a programme that's going to develop players in NBL1 to either to move on to other clubs or to move on to somewhere elsewhere in the world. But I think that development tag is really important to us,
Yeah, great. Thank you for that. And today, people are watching in today. What should they be looking for from a Newcastle team? What's your MO?
We need to shoot better than we did last weekend because the ball wouldn't go in. Defensively, we have to be better than last weekend. We know we've got to be a lot better than last weekend, but hopefully the motivation's there today and hopefully everyone gets to watch a good game. Yeah,
last thing from me, you missing a couple of key guys, but you're filling in with some new guys, some new players in there. You looking forward to their contribution?
Yeah, big time. I think it has to be next man up mentality. And then also with bringing the younger players in and getting them more minutes, it's great to see how they handle that opportunity. We're not losing any shooting. We are losing a little bit of experience in defence, obviously. But we've still got enough to get it done. People just have to step up and fill some big shoes.
Yeah, great opportunity. And thanks again for your time today, and good luck for the game.
Appreciate it, mate.
Hey, Samit, welcome back to Loddon Valley again. A lot of home games in a row.
Yes.
Are you enjoying the run of home games?
Yes, absolutely. Who wouldn't?
You're not travelling all over the place.
Yes.
Newcastle, long journey for them.
Yes.
Really good programme. 4th and 5th. How's that make you feel today?
Well, it's a lot more pressure. Let's put it this way, a lot more pressure, whether you go away or to Newcastle or they come to you. So I would take that one, they come to us. So.
Yeah, I don't blame you as well. Yeah. Mark, the coach, I know you've got a lot of respect for as well.
Absolutely.
You like the way how he set his team up this year?
Absolutely. They always fight, they're always up for it. Doesn't matter how far away they travel, always a fight with them.
Yeah, it's really good to see a lot of really good coaches in the division. Obviously, Christian has joined us from Newcastle.
Yes,
how's he getting on and from his time before that?
For last month and a half, he's had quite a good run. Touch wood. It's his the previous team, so he will be a lot more up for it. So a lot. But expectation is high from him.
Yeah, and you're now trying to fight for that home court. 4th, 5th, Newcastle are there. Close loss to Hemel last week. So what are you expecting from your team today?
Well, as you mentioned, we lost Hemel by 3, I don't know, by 4. So it hurts. It hurts. But what I need is exactly the same spirit, exactly same desire, exactly same level. Rest of it will be all right. That's all I need.
Well, good luck to you. Enjoy the game today, and hopefully 4th place is on your way.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Enjoy.
Well, welcome to the Valley. Both teams are being introduced to this Loddon Valley crowd, and it promises to be a great matchup. Reading Rockets versus Team Newcastle University, deadlocked at 4th and 5th place in NBL Division 1 with 13 wins and 7 losses. Newcastle University currently holding the head-to-head, and they come into town with number 1 Max Matthews, 3 Matthew Ullman, 7 and captain star man averaging 23.6 points per game, Logan Rooney. In 8, Jason Sudeen. 9, Suvir Kande. In 10, Josh Moore. 11, Robert Reed. 12, Daniel De Sol Lowry. 13, Temi George. And number 15, Emmanuel Canway. Mark Elderkin, as you heard just before we came live on air, was interviewed, and he is the head coach of Newcastle University. And let's move over to the Reading Rockets. They line up with a familiar number 4, Mitch Clark, 5, Reece Pinnock, 6, Jemiah Jenkins, 7, and captain Lewis Champion, 8, Elijah Maynard, 9, Isaac Round, 10, Harry Milbank, 13, Finn Porter, 14, Zach Powell, and number 15, Christian Alexander. No Jacob Spurrier on the roster for the Rockets this evening. Rockets familiarly coached by Samit Nurizadeh, who's hoping his team can grab a win and overturn the head-to-head, which is an 8-point advantage currently to Team Newcastle, as they won the away tie by 103 points to 95. And after all my commentary, I've got nobody joining me today. I think I've upset everybody else, so I'm afraid you'll just have to put up with my dulcet tones. And as I can see my colleagues nodding their heads in approval or maybe disapproval. But we should have a good time here on the stream, as always, and it's great to have you with us. Let me give you tonight's starting fives. We're just over a minute until tip-off time. Rockets will line up with Mitch Clark, Reece Pinnock, Lewis Champion, Elijah Maynard and Christian Alexander, whilst Team Newcastle will go with Max Matthews, Logan Rooney, Suvir Kande, Josh Moore and Emmanuel Canway. And as I say, this is a pivotal game in that race for home court advantage. The top 4 teams in NBL Division 1 will have home court advantage ahead of the playoffs with just 4 games remaining. Rockets remaining 4 games all at home, so they are in pole position, but Team Newcastle University have done a fabulous job this year, pushing for a top 4 finish for the first time in their history, and looking to finish the season on a good note. The Derby Trailblazers and Essex Rebels still locked at the top of NBL Division 1 with 17 wins and 3 losses. And the Hemel Storm picked up a comfortable win over the City of Birmingham Rockets last night. And they are now 16 wins and 4 losses. And it's going to be a really interesting battle as we head into the climax of this season, should we say. Let me tell you some players to watch out for this evening. We talked about Logan Rooney for Team Newcastle. What a player he's been. Josh Moore also averaging nearly 14 points a game. Emmanuel Canway with 13 points for the Rockets. Quite balanced in their attack. Mitch Clark leading the way with 17 points personal. Lewis Champion has 11 on average. Elijah Maynard 12. Finn Porter 11, but Finn Porter's out, as we know. He looks like he'll be out for another 2 weeks with a fracture in the top of his tibia, but we are hoping that, or Rockets fans rather, are hoping that heals quickly. Zach Powell also coming into good form with 11.1 points per game. And the Rockets, as we have seen in recent weeks, shooting the ball really well from beyond the arc. Both teams feel they need to shoot the ball well. As we are ready, it's our Rockets who will win the tip-off. And Mitch Clark has the ball for the home team. Clark going inside early to Alexander. Alexander not double teamed, so will play. Alexander at the rim for 2, and that will please the Rockets faithful as Christian Alexander gets off the score early on. Here come Newcastle. The mid-range floater is no good. As Matthews fires the 3, he can't connect. It will be Pinnock rebounding for the Rockets. And Pinnock will play the high screen and roll to Champion. Champion starting for the first time in a while. Champion for 3. Bingo! Lewis Champion looking to heat it up early on in this one. 5 plays 0. As Rooney has it. Kande with the ball. Canway. Rooney, shot clock winding down. Rooney inside. The dump-off pass was no good, and the Rockets get the ball. It's been a positive start for the home team as Pinnock goes all the way to the rack for 2. And that's where we see him at his best in transition. Rhys Pinnock opens up a 7-point advantage for the home team. The early 3 ball is good, and that's Sever Kande who gets it to go. And Newcastle opened the scoring. 7 plays 3. Rockets going back inside. It's Alexander with footwork, and he gets it to go from 2. And that's a positive start from the interior player for the Rockets. Rooney has it. Canway. Nice high-low pass inside to Matthews, but nothing doing there. Shot clock winding down again as Moore has it. Moore double-teamed. Rooney's going to have to fire one. Shot clock winding down. Gets it off. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. No good. Alexander clears up the boards. And the Rockets will have possession once again. Maynard. Pinnock. Cross screen from Champion. T-screen from Maynard, but the ball goes inside to Alexander. Alexander spins the baseline, finds Clark in the corner, but that one's short. Alexander having a real positive presence early on for the Rockets, with 9 playing 3. And Moore can't get it to go inside, gets his own rebound and gets it to go for 2. And that's where the Rockets have struggled a little bit recently, is the defensive glass. And that will be something that Coach Nurizade will really want to take care of if Rockets are to come away with this particular victory. Maynard to Clark. Clark goes off the bounce this time, nothing doing there. Reversal, the handoff to Champion, who fires the 3. And the referee calls an offensive foul on Christian Alexander as he was moving on the handoff. Very warm welcome to 50 of you that are watching. We've got a 3/4 full capacity at the Valley. One of 7 home games in a row, unheard of. But that's the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. Moore plays the screen and roll. Moore shoots a deep 3, but nothing doing, and it's another offensive rebound, and Matthews lays it in for 2. And as we said, that is probably one of the areas that the Rockets really do need to take care of, as Champion drives down the gut all the way to the rack for 2. Big bucket by Lewis Champion. Coach Nurizade barking out his instructions for the pick and roll, but Matthews goes all the way to the rack unchallenged for 2. And the Rockets struggling with their pick and roll defense early on. As Pinnock has it. Maynard overplayed, so we'll stop and pop at the foul line, and he cashes it home, nothing but net for 2. 13 plays 9. Early scoring in this game. Rockets will need to defend better, as Rooney has it against Clark. That'll be a really interesting matchup this evening. And Mitch Clark is called for the foul. I imagine that's going to frustrate him. That's foul number 1 for him. Coach Nurizade with his normal expression of the 2 hands out, shoulders in the air. Anyway, sideline ball to Newcastle as they go with a little zipper action. They pass the ball inside. Matthews kicks it. 3 ball is up. No good. Alexander rebounds for the Rockets. And we're heading towards the midway point in this first quarter, as Clark over dribbles, but Alexander's on the floor for the Rockets, and they keep it alive. They'll play wing pick and roll with Champion and Alexander. Champion kicks it, but kicks it out of bounds, and it's a turnover by the Rockets. Interesting start to the game. Rockets with a very even spread of scoring. Matthews goes to Rooney to Canway. And blocked by Lewis Champion. From nowhere, LJC rejects it out of bounds. And do remember, if you are watching live, please give us a comment on what you think about the game. This is a really intriguing matchup between 2 pretty even teams, as Canway goes to work inside, but he can't get it to go over Alexander. Pinnock. Screen and roll. Inside, that's a great pass to Christian Alexander. What a pass by Rhys Pinnock as he finds his big man rolling inside for 2. Rooney drives against Clark, and that's a tough finish. And good defense from Mitch Clark, but that keeps the score close. 15 plays 11 as Pinnock drives, pitches to Champion, nothing doing there. And Team Newcastle get the rebound and play in transition, and Matthews is no good. It's chaotic, but Matthews gets it again and puts it in for 2. And it's another offensive rebound. 15 plays 13. Just under 4 minutes remaining in this game. It's been great so far. Both teams going at it hammer and tong. Pinnock earned his starting spot, drives, looks to go to the rack, can't get it to go. The ball is blocked, but Champion steals it. He misses. Pinnock, messy. 2 points to the Rockets, though. 17-13. Couple of comments already in about should Newcastle double Alexander. Rockets big man getting it done in the paint. You're right, Craig Hemmings, he certainly is. That's going to be a really interesting matchup with him and Emmanuel Canway. Anyway, it's Matthews who will fire the deep 3, and that's off. And the Rockets get the ball. Both teams now looking to make some changes. The first changes, it was 7 minutes almost as Pinnock thought about the 3, drops his defender. Alexander inside, misses, can't get it to go. Rooney's rebounding. And we're still at 17-13 as Matthews, who's been very active all the way to the rack for 2 off the face cut, and that was really easy for Team Newcastle. As I say, both teams ready to make a pair of changes. As Clark goes all the way to the rack and gets it to go for 2. Clark looked as though he was bumped, but a great finish there by the Aussie sensation. 19 plays 15, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. And another comment in, yes, need to be more physical in the cross-screen action. Very true, but it's another bucket. Kande this time all the way to the rack for 2. And the Rockets really struggling to protect their paint with 19 plays 17. Pinnock almost loses possession, but gets it back, dishes to Alexander. Alexander gets hacked inside and a foul is called. And we wondered if that was going to be a call there, and indeed it was. So Christian Alexander will go to the line for 2, and Matthew Allman and Temi George are coming in for Team Newcastle, with Zach Powell, Flip Jenkins and Isaac Round coming in for the Rockets. Ian Lester, Tahir Akar and Betty Osgur are your 3 officials this evening. Isaac Round just waiting because he's coming in for Alexander. Josh Thorne says very little fouling yet. It's been a fast flow to the game so far. Both teams doing a good job getting to the rim. But you do wonder if the perimeter players need to perhaps foul a little more if it's that easy. Plus, both teams needing to help a little bit better is probably what we would say. Alexander is no good on the first free throw. We're just under the 2-minute mark. 19 is playing 17. Alexander misses a pair, and that's rebounded in his first action by Temi George. And it's the new man, Matthew Allman, has the ball, playing screen and roll. Kicks it back to Moore. Moore will fire the 3. He is off, and Pinnock rebounds that one. And Pinnock still has it. Inside to Alexander, kind of at the dunker spot. Pinnock cutting. Alexander finding the weak side. Jenkins thought about it, stops and pops. Jenkins nothing doing on that shot, and that gives a chance for transition. It's a bit messy, but Team Newcastle keep the ball as the Rockets get back, and it's 5-on-5 in the half court. Rockets kind of able to switch a little bit more through 1 through 4. forces the 3 ball. Scoring's died down slightly. And Clark pitches to Powell. Hasn't done much other than make that great pass to Jenkins. Powell again. Kicks it to Pinnock. Pinnock's going to have to fire the 3 and connects. And Reece Pinnock has been shooting the ball from downtown really well for his team as they open up a 5-point advantage. But an easy one inside for Team Newcastle. That's the thing that's really concerning Coach Nurizadeh. It's not at the offensive end. It's easy scores as Pinnock with the behind-the-back pass. Ball rotated really well. It's Pinnock again. He's wide open for 3 this time and connects. Back-to-back 3s from Reece Pinnock. He's that guy. 25 plays 19. The Rockets open up a 6-point advantage with the game clock winding down in this first quarter as Rooney off balance, can't get it to go. And that will do us for the first quarter. And it's been a pulsating first quarter. Rockets with a 25-19 lead after the first 10 minutes of action. Definitely catch your breath time at the end of the first 10 minutes of play. And let's have a look at the statistics after that first quarter. And Max Matthews has 8 points for his team. He's leading all scorers in the game. I beg your pardon, Reece Pinnock's actually leading all scorers in the game as he has 10 points personal for the Rockets. Christian Alexander with 6, and Coach Nurizadeh will be happy with his team getting some interior play rather just rely on the shooting. In terms of the rebound game, that's one we were looking at earlier. The Rockets with 10 rebounds, Team Newcastle with 12, but notably half of those are offensive rebounds. So if Team Newcastle keep that up, they'll be on for 24 rebounds on the offensive glass. And Coach Titmus has joined us on the stream, which is great to see. Coach, hope you're doing well. Definitely missing having you here, but I know you'll be back really soon. And he says both teams need to play some defense, and absolutely, it's already 44 points have been scored in the game. And I know you'd love to be on the sidelines, but can't be at the moment. But thank you very much for joining us, and hope you're enjoying the coverage, and hope everybody else is enjoying the coverage. It's just me on my own today, the loner that I am, as my colleague gives me a glare and gets the violins out as we begin quarter 2. And Newcastle goes straight inside, but the cutting Temi George just fumbles that one and it goes out of bounds. And Craig Hemmings has checked in saying Rockets playing good basketball so far. I think I would definitely agree with that, moving the ball really well. And both teams finding some advantages for sure. Powell plays 1-against-1, rejects the pick and roll, passes to the cutting Pinnock, but nothing doing there. Shot clock winding down, so Pinnock's going to have to play. And out of bounds is the call. 3.9 seconds on the shot clock. Rockets ball from the baseline. As Powell gets it. Not sure he realises the shot clock's winding down. Has to fire it up, but can't connect. As Powell looking to play good defence on the ball. Rockets doing a better job this time of not allowing the paint touch, but Rooney fires the 3. He can't connect. Maynard plucks that one out of the air. And Jenkins due a good night on the offensive end. Pinnock looks to dish to Round, but nothing doing there. And Jason Sudeen will check into the game for Team Newcastle. Jason Sudeen, if I'm not mistaken, a former Bristol Academy Flyer junior. And certainly a very good young talent as they go inside to him and he'll play against Maynard. Sudeen dishes it off to Temi George, who gets it to go this time. Nice little interior action from Team Newcastle as they reduce the arrears to just 4. Pinnock still in the game, hasn't come out yet. Powell looks to play one-on-one. Round with the teardrop. Round gets it to go for 2. Nice move from the youngster there. 27 plays 21 as Rooney looks to return, and one. Logan Rooney in transition, and that is a pet hate for all coaches. You score on offense and the other team just runs it down and scores straight away. And Coach Nurizadeh wants to make a change. Lewis Champion in for Reece Pinnock, who's been fantastic so far this game. He sits down with 10 points personal and 5 rebounds. What an impact Reece Pinnock has made. Logan Rooney, as they say, makes it the old-fashioned way and collects 3 points for Team Newcastle, who reduce the gap to 3. 27 plays 24, and it's Jenkins. Rockets quite guard heavy at this moment with Alexander off the floor. Champion fires the ridiculous one, hits the back of the iron, and Team Newcastle rebound and with a chance to trim the arrears to just 1 or tie. And it's Rooney against Round. Rooney with the running lay, can't get it to go. Rockets breaking out in transition. Jenkins will fire the 3, no good. And Rockets had numbers there. Champion and Powell doing a really good job to sprint up the floor. Anyway, Rooney has it. Newcastle going inside to Sudeen again. Sudeen with a little up and under. Can't get it to go, but nice move against Powell there. Rockets in need of a score here, you would think, as Powell dribbles in traffic, but it's Round for 3. He's short on that one. It's a really early one, especially with Rockets not scoring for the last couple of possessions. Rooney inside to Sudeen, who gets it to go for 2. And Coach Nurizadeh has seen enough. He has called timeout. His team were up by 6. It's now a 1-point game, 27-26. Team Newcastle with a 7-2 start to this second quarter. Let's check in with you guys on the stream. Just a welcome 73 of you now watching. Great to have you with us. Do remember to put any comments into the chat. And also remember that Rockets fans have 3 more home games coming up, including a Good Friday game when they take on the current league leaders, the Derby Trailblazers, and I should also say the current Kick King champions, as the Derby Trailblazers were victorious over the Bradford Dragons last night. So congratulations to Matt Shaw and his players. Fantastic video online of Matt Shaw getting absolutely drenched in champagne. I'm sure he's drunk a lot of it as well. So well done to you, Coach Shaw. And obviously to Coach Mellor, commiserations, but congratulations on your Bradford Dragons team getting to a national final and the longevity that you've had with your guys. Okay, that's enough about being nice to those two. We're back to the action here. And it's a Rockets ball. As I say, 7-2 start to the quarter for Team Newcastle. So Mark Elderkin will be happy with that. And what a job Mark Elderkin has done since Team Newcastle's promotion to Division 1. Powell bringing up for the Rockets. Alexander's back in the game, so Rockets have that interior presence and they go to the cross screen, and now they're doubling with Rooney. Oh, it's actually switching, so Rockets can't quite capitalise on that. Powell fires and he's short on that one. Alexander was open again, but missed inside. Rockets defending a bit more tenaciously now, as on the floor they go. It's scrappy. Rooney comes up with it and lays it in for 2, and Rockets just not getting it done in terms of the hustle play, but Team Newcastle are, and they have a 1-point lead. So Champion, he'll go inside to Alexander, who goes to the rack for 2, and that's exactly what the Rockets wanted. The big man playing fast, so he's not doubled inside. Open 3 is off, finds the back of the iron. Alexander comes up with it. That was Matthew Allman who took the early one. 29 plays 28. It's a close game, and we thought it would be, as Jenkins struggling with the dribble a little bit in this game so far. And almost a turnover again from the Rockets, and with both teams not using any timeouts in the first quarter. Coach Mark Elderkin has called one for Team Newcastle. They are trailing by 1, and it's certainly end-to-end action. Logan Rooney has 7 points, but Max Matthews is still leading his team with 8 points personal. Both teams with 5 assists and both teams with 3 turnovers. So as you can see, it's really, really close. And as we said before the start of the game, both teams on 13 wins and 7 losses. Importantly, Team Newcastle with an 8-point advantage on the head-to-head, winning 103-95 in the previous fixture. Loughborough Riders and Bradford Dragons hot on their heels. They're a couple of games back, but they will be hoping to cement their places in the postseason. But the race for 8th place, Nottingham Hoods with 8 wins, 12 losses. City of Birmingham Rockets, 8 wins, 13 losses. Thames Valley Cavaliers, 8 wins, 14 losses. It's going to be a really interesting battle as we approach the business end, as they say, of the NBL Division 1 season. And do let us know in the comments who are you looking forward to seeing in the post-season, as Rockets inbound the ball from the sideline, and Clark straight down the gut for 2. That will not please Coach Elderkin after his timeout, but great initiative from Mitch Clark. 31 plays 28. We're heading towards the midpoint of this second quarter. Sudeen drives and passes the ball out of bounds, and Rockets will have possession of the ball from the sideline. Bailey Boom Tustin shouting out, "Let's go Rockets, let's go," as he gets the crowd going here as Rockets go inside again. They're helping from the passer as Jenkins fires the 3. He's off again. So interesting to see. Team Newcastle are doubling now when the ball goes inside. Rooney exploits the slip, kicks it. And that's Temi George who misses the 3. And Champion to Pinnock. Pinnock gets fouled. And Jemiah Jenkins has picked up a warning. And a couple of changes with Robert Reed coming into the game for the first time, and Emmanuel Canway is also coming back in. Rockets will have the ball on the baseline, 18 seconds on their shot clock, as we've just gone under the 5-minute mark remaining in this second quarter. Rockets struggling to get the ball in, but they do to Pinnock. Pinnock will play screen and roll, and Team Newcastle switching, so but they're doubling the post. Clark from the weak side stops and pops, finds the back of the iron. Great tip by Alexander. And these are the things the Rockets will need to have a look at. Can they combat the switch? Can they combat the double team inside? Shot clock winding down. It's Clark who pitches to Champion in the corner for 3. He's short. Alexander keeping it alive. He's no good on 3 goes. Champion has it. Mayhem, 7 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Clark looks to go, fires the off-balance one. He's short. Alexander tips it. Rooney gets it. And Team Newcastle have it. What a sequence of play. Certainly not one for the purists. As Newcastle reverse the ball, look inside, but Champion's there. And that's going to go off Mitch Clark's foot, out of bounds. And a really, really scrappy period of play for both teams. But it's taken us to the 3:52 mark. Newcastle ball from the baseline. Incidentally, the Division 1 women are away to Manchester Mystics this evening. It's a 5:30 tip for the ladies, who suffered a very close 3-point loss to the City of London Academy last night. 9 wins and 8 losses for the D1 women, looking to cement their playoff places. Canway can't get it to go at the rim, but a really nice play from him. 31-28, and the scoring has certainly stemmed in this second quarter, with 9 playing 6 in favour of Team Newcastle. Rockets only with 6 points in the opening 6 minutes as they go to a little different action. Pinnock screen and roll that as Newcastle switch again, but they can't find the inside, and that's a turnover by Pinnock. Newcastle defending a lot better. Great stand by Mitch Clark on the drive there. Offensive rebound in favour of Newcastle. And Del Sol Lowry playing 1 against 1. Stops and pops and gets it to go for 2. And it's a 1-point ball game as Clark has it. Reverse to Pinnock, to Champion. Champion drives the baseline, can't get it to go. Thought he was fouled, but nothing doing there. And great stump by Pinnock. A lot of contact, and the layup from Del Sol Lowry goes for 2, and with 2 minutes 31 remaining in this second quarter, the Rockets head coach Samit Nurizadeh calls timeout. His team with only 6 points so far in this quarter, and Team Newcastle with a 1-point advantage. Time to catch our breaths, and not often you get bought a cup of tea and a flapjack by the former Mayor of Reading, Tony Jones, so if he's watching it back, thank you very much indeed. I'm spoilt. I do get well looked after, so that's good. And let's have a quick look at our stats again. Max Matthews still with 8 points, but it's a really balanced scoring from Newcastle University. Logan Rooney with 7, Surveyor Kande with 5, Del Sol Lowry with 4, and I think that's the tricky part for the Rockets, is ensuring that if they're helping off to stop the main threats of Matthews and Rooney, who are they leaving? Rockets with Pinnock with 10 points and Alexander with 8. And they'll certainly need to keep working on finding the interior and finding a solution to A, the switch, and B, the double team. Lisa Hartley says, love to see Newcastle win. Yes, it's a long, long way down to Reading, and currently doing very well, leading the ball game by 1 point. Nip and tuck in this game. I'm sure there's been a number of lead changes as we head towards the halftime interval. Rockets will get us restarted. Coach Nurizadeh now having taken both timeouts as Champion has it to Clark. Pick and roll with Alexander. The switch is there. And Maynard fires the 3. Probably should have looked to pass inside to punish the switch, as Rooney drives and gets fouled. That's Reece Pinnock who will pick up that one. Nicole Heathcote says the league is so wide open, anyone can beat anyone. Absolutely, and what a great Division 1 this has been this year. It's been superb to see, and fully agree with that. The Trailblazers and the Rebels looking strong as the 3-ball is off from Josh Moore. Rockets rebound under the 2-minute mark now. Clark under a lot of contact, nothing doing there. And Champion fouls in transition, but Maynard is behind the ball. However, it has been called an unsportsmanlike foul. So that's unsportsmanlike foul on Lewis Champion, foul number 1 for him. So that will mean 2 shots and possession to Team Newcastle. And always a good debate, the transition foul. Getting called more and more as unsportsmanlike. That rule was introduced to stop teams stopping the fast break. And Logan Rooney makes the first and will take the second, with Coach Elderkin now calling timeout. He just wants to draw something up for his team as they have a 3-point advantage, their biggest lead of the ball game so far. 31 plays 34. And Rockets still with only 6 points in the opening 8 minutes and 10 seconds. It's not been a good quarter for them offensively, but they're still right in the ball game. And just a reminder to everybody, a warm welcome if you are watching and joining us here live from Loddon Valley Leisure Centre. Great to have you with us on this Sunday as the league reaches its climax. All junior league games will be completed by next weekend. So lots of games, and there's been a lot of games throughout the club for the Rockets. The Division 3 men picking up 2 wins this weekend as they beat the Surrey Scorchers yesterday, 78-70, and were victorious on Friday night. And they beat London League 81-42. So congratulations to the men's second team. And it will be a sideline ball. Let's see what Team Newcastle have out of timeout. Looks like it could be another zipper action. Yeah, Rooney coming off, but they go in to the big instead. Hand off to Rooney. Rooney kicks it inside, nothing doing. Good defense by the Rockets. Champion in transition and gets fouled on the play. Reece Pinnock nearly with the putback dunk there. And Lewis Champion will go to the line for 2 shots. Rockets have been very shy from the foul line so far. They've only shot 2 free throws and missed both. So LJC, normally you can put your money on him. He makes the first. .99 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Champion is good on the second and reduces the arrears to 1. 33 plays 34. And defense is the cry as Pinnock puts a lot of pressure on the ball. One of the best on-ball defenders in the league. Great job by the Rockets number 5, taking some ticks off the shot clock for sure. It's gone back to Delzo Lowry inside. No good, and the Rockets will get the stop. And nice defense from the Rockets as they enter the final 75 seconds with a chance to regain the lead. And you can hear the tones of "Let's go Rockets" from the home faithful as Clark looking to pass inside to Alexander. Almost a turnover from the Rockets there. Clark drives, gets fouled, and that will be a foul on Delsol Lowry. It's foul number 1 for him. Max Matthews is coming back into the game in his place, and we've just gone under the minute mark. 33 plays 34, and we thought it would be close, and it certainly is. 2 teams battling it out for that top 4 spot in NBL Division 1 and a home advantage. Should these 2 meet in the playoffs, that could be crucial. Champion fires the 3, but he's off. Rockets not having the greatest shooting night so far as Rooney gets it. Matthews. Up to Rooney. High screen and roll. Rockets struggling a bit to deal with that one as blocked by Alexander. Came from nowhere. What a block from Christian Alexander. Had a really positive first half for the Rockets. As there's about a 7-second difference between shot and game clock. High screen and roll. It's the Clark gets the switch. Plays 1 against 1. It's a fumble and turnover. And Team Newcastle will play in transition and score. 5 seconds remaining. Rockets will look to get a shot off as Pinnock fires the 3 ball, but doesn't connect. And that will do us for the first half. And it's been a real defensive shutout from Team Newcastle in that second quarter. They've held the Rockets to just 8 points while scoring 17 themselves. And they lead at halftime 33-36. And we will get some statistics to you as both teams head to the locker room for the 15-minute interval. And for the Rockets, it's Reece Pinnock. He scored 10 in the first quarter, but has been held scoreless since. Christian Alexander with 8 points and 7 rebounds. Together with a block, has done a relatively good job for the Rockets. And for Team Newcastle University, they have been led by Logan Rooney, who is now leading all scorers in the game with 11 points personal, 5 rebounds to go with that. Max Matthews has 8 points, and those are the 2 danger men so far, but Team Newcastle shooting 1 from 11 from the 3, and Rockets 3 from 15. So it's not like a couple of weeks ago where the Rockets were in absolutely fine form, scoring 21 from 31 from on the arc, and that's certainly what they'll be hoping to improve on in this second half. Thank you for joining us. It's a 3-point ball game. It's going to be really close and intriguing to see what happens in the final 20 minutes of action. Join me again after the halftime interval for this pulsating NBL Division 1 clash. So I'm here with Logan Rooney. Logan, pretty good first half from you guys. 3-point lead at half-time. What do you think is key for you guys going into the second half?
I think going in, we were really focused on defense. We had a kind of tough defensive performance last week, so we want to just focus in getting all our rotations right, which I feel like we've done a good job of. So we want to keep doing that, and then we didn't shoot well in the first half, so if we get some shots to drop, I think we'll be in a good spot.
Yeah, 1 from 11 from beyond the arc,
Yeah,
something to improve on. But 25 points you gave up in the first quarter, you reduced that to 8. What do you think was the key in that second quarter?
I think we just started out with some jitters, so kind of to get into our flow, and like I said, just make sure we're making all the rotations. We kind of switched up our defense a bit for this game, so everybody's getting used to it, but I think we're doing good.
Great stuff. And for you personally, it's been a pretty good game so far. What do you think you need to do in the second half to help your team over the line?
Make good reads when I get in the lane, because they're really collapsing in, so I got to keep my head up and find the right passes. I'm missing a few here.
Really appreciate you joining us. All the best for the second half.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm here with Zach Powell. Zach, 3-point deficit at half-time, only 33 points, shooting 3 from 15 from beyond the arc. What's been said at half-time?
Nah, it's just that we need to keep giving it to Chris down low, 'cause it's been working for us, but sometimes we refuse it and we just jack up the shot. So we just regrouped in a change room, and then we're gonna just hit the ball to Chris down low.
So Team Newcastle changing it up a little bit, switching to pick and roll, inside doubling, sometimes from the strong side. What do you feel is the key to try to get the ball inside?
The key to get the ball inside, to be honest, I don't think it's a problem getting the ball inside. It's just that when they double, if the weak side cuts, then it frees up a lot of space for him to pass the ball there, or the corner guy to lift up and then for him to shoot the shot. But
absolutely, the Rockets came out firing pretty well. A couple of threes from Reece Pinnock and Lewis Champion, but really quiet since then. What do you put that down to?
I don't really put it down past them to not make shots. They just made some and then they've missed a few. So we've regrouped anyway, so we're going to sort it out in the second half.
And defensively, where do you think the key is for your team in order to get over the hump of the deficit?
I feel like we may be overplaying sometimes, but Reece is doing a great job on containing like their main guys. So as long as we play off Reece's energy and whoever's energy is the highest on defense at the time, it will just spread throughout the team.
Great, thanks very much, Zach. All the best for the second half. Welcome back. I've had a nice half-time rest, talked to a few players. All good. Spoke to Logan Rooney from Team Newcastle. He was pretty happy with his team's second quarter performance, holding the Rockets to just 8 points after 25 from the home team in the opening stanza. Spoke to Zach Powell as well. Zach felt that the Rockets were taking the right shots, just got to keep working on getting the ball inside to Christian Alexander, and both teams feeling that they can shoot the ball better in this second half. If you are just joining us, a very warm welcome. My name's Ben Fisher. I am on the stream alone today, but I'm trying. And I must, before we start, wish a very happy birthday to Meredith Parker. Dad Alan is on the camera, and he's shown me his phone saying, "Happy birthday, Meredith." I don't know if he's just telling me that, or if he's bribing me, or whatever, really. But anyway, there it is again. So it's good to see. So very happy birthday, Meredith. Meredith, one of our Reading Rockets junior players. Any other birthday shout-outs? Obviously, I'm so happy to do any requests. So do check in, but also give us your comments on the game so far and the second half of the game, sorry. And again, if you are just joining us, let me tell you who's doing what in this second half. Reece Pinnock leading the Rockets with 10 points personal, Christian Alexander with 8. Logan Rooney leading all scorers in the game with 11 points personal, and Max Matthews with 8. 33 plays 36. It's 4th place Reading Rockets versus 5th place Team Newcastle University. Both teams with a 13-7 record. Team Newcastle with an 8-point advantage on the head-to-head, as they won up north by 103 points to 95, as both coaches just giving their final instructions. Mark Elderkin, who's done a fantastic job with Team Newcastle University, and Samit Nurizadeh, a winner in Division 1 in previous seasons, just giving his final instructions to Pinnock, Clark, Champion, Maynard and Alexander. Max Matthews, Logan Rooney, Sova Kande, Emmanuel Canway and Josh Moore make up the Team Newcastle University team, as the Rockets will have the ball for the sideline as we get ready for this second half. And it's Rockets will play with Maynard to Champion, going inside to Clark. Interesting tactic as Clark looks to play inside with the fader, looks to get hit on that one, nothing doing. Rebound by Emmanuel Canway. Rooney fires the 3, but he can't connect. It's an early one, and out of bounds is the call. And a tentative start by both teams for this third quarter. Once again, a warm welcome if you're just joining us. Craig Hemming says, "Can you wish Lisa Askew a happy birthday?" I certainly can. Happy birthday, Lisa. Hope you're enjoying your special day. As Pinnock stops and pops, but I think it gets deflected. But nothing doing there, so it's a Team Newcastle University ball. Matthews playing against Champion. Ball inside to Canway, just pushed off the block by Alexander. It's playing tough inside, and Emmanuel Canway going at Alexander and getting the layup for 2. 33 plays 38. Rockets arguably misfiring so far in this game. Champion thought about the 3, no, he said, as Alexander reverses to Pinnock. Pinnock drives off the glass for 2, and that's a tough finish by Reece Pinnock, with Team Newcastle doing a really good job protecting their paint. Matthews. The floppy action from Newcastle as Matthews drives and gets fouled. Foul is called against Lewis Champion. Josh Thorne saying, "Where's the drop step, Mitch?" You can pick that up with him tomorrow when you coach together, Josh. 2 shots is the outcome for Max Matthews, who misses the first. Rockets under 12 coach Dave Beasley saying, looking and sounding good, flying solo on the strip. I'm not sure about looking good. I don't even know about sounding good. Matthews uncharacteristically airballs the second free throw. So 35 plays 38. Good to have you listening in, Dave. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. And a warm welcome to any other Rockets junior players or junior coaches that are checking in this afternoon. I know a couple of the under-14 players, including Blake Davis, is checked into the stream. Good to have you watching. And a great win earlier on for our under-14 Prem team. Little problem with the scoreboard shot clock, so table officials are just chatting it over with the referee. And there he is, Blake, number 7, watching and enjoying the game from home after an amazing competitive under-14 game. Absolutely, congratulations to you and your team, Blake, and the rest of the Reading Rockets junior teams who have been in action this weekend. And whilst we have this delay, it looks like a hot dog is now being delivered. I mean, I'm being spoiled. So I've had hot dog, I've had a flapjack, I've had a hot chocolate. Everything's going so well. So we will save that one for later as the game is about to re-begin with a Rockets ball from the sideline. 35 plays 38. 8 minutes and change left in the third quarter. Pinnock looks to Alexander. Alexander's blocked by Canway. And the early drive is no good from Kande. Pinnock out in transition with Champion to Maynard. Back to Champion. And a turnover occurs. Reece Pinnock with a loose pass inside to Alexander. And Rockets still finding they're going really tough on offense at the moment. As the floor wipers are on. And it's another Rockets under-14. Woody Bowen doing a great job keeping us safe. So 35 plays 38. A lower scoring encounter for both teams. We've had a bit of a barn burner up in Team Newcastle with a 103-95 victory in favour of the home team that day. Really important just to keep in mind, should two teams finish on the same record, then their head-to-head is the thing that will separate them in the league. So that's why we talk about that at this stage of the season. And Josh Thorne has said, are Rockets focusing too hard on Alexander? They've turned down quite a few good-looking threes. Yeah, both teams not shooting the ball particularly well. Rockets perhaps thinking that that's where their advantage is, but I agree. I think inside-outside game is always really important. And I think that's what the Rockets will look to explore as this third quarter evolves. And the floor wiping is taking forever. So much so that the camera crew and Ralston are having a quick nap. Lee looks like he's about to fall over. And we're ready to go again. Basketball Academy TV bringing you live coverage here from Loddon Valley Leisure Centre. Reading Rockets versus Team Newcastle University. 3-point ball game as you were at the half. Canway. Matthews. Matthews looking to play against Champion. Dishes. Kande, no good. Pinnock rebounds. The Rockets still managing to get stops, but really need to find some scoring fluidity as Pinnock gets blocked at the rim. Good bravery, though, from Reece Pinnock. Rockets with a little screen-the-screener action as Alexander gets bumped, but Out of bounds is the call on the block. And the Rockets crowd nervous to see if their team can overcome this hump. Clark gets it back off Alexander. Clark with a little teardrop, can't get it to go. Ball is saved by Rooney, who gets it back. And that's an offensive foul by Logan Rooney, as it's that man, as you'd expect, Lewis Champion, putting his chest in the way. As we can see, Lewis Champion will take a charge anywhere on the court. And the floor wiper's very busy in this stage of the game. Substitution for the Rockets, Flip Jenkins will come back in to the fold. Reece Pinnock doing the hard work on the floor. That guy is everywhere. And that will be his last action for now. Lots of stoppages in the game, so a chance for you to say who's your favourite players in NBL Division 1, who's your favourite Rockets player, who's your favourite Newcastle player. Which teams are you looking forward to seeing in the latter stages of this Division 1 season, 2023-2024, as the Rockets will get us restarted again. Maynard to Champion. Maynard off the down screen. Nice read from Clark on the curl, extra pass. Jenkins needs this one and connects. Jemiah Jenkins with the pull-up J is good for 2, and it's a 1-point ball game. That looked like a travel, and indeed it is. A travel is called on the play. 37 plays 38. Rockets with a chance to retake the lead in what's become a low-scoring game after a fast start, 25-19 in the first quarter. It's Clark under pressure to Maynard. Back to Jenkins. Jenkins playing downhill against the screen. Jenkins under pressure to Champion for 3. Connects! Rockets finally make the 3 ball and lead the game by 2. 40 plays 38. And as you said, Josh Thorne, Rockets maybe focusing a bit too hard and defending hard now. Jenkins playing against Moore. Jenkins steals it with Maynard. Maynard gets fouled on the play and will go to the line for 2. And a bit better from the Rockets in these last few minutes. Gary Rooney, I can only assume a relative of Logan Rooney, saying lame charge call. I tend to agree. Tough one in the mid-court, aren't they? Feet set next to the basket, fair enough. But good to have you with us, Gary. Maynard, as you can probably hear, made the first. And is good on the second, 2 from 2, as the Rockets now lead by 3. Great game here at the Valley. 2 excellent teams in Division 1. Rooney plays against Clark with a step back, no good. Maynard gets it, he saves it to Clark. Slows it down to Champion. Screen and roll reject. Champion for 3, fancies it again. And why not? Lewis Champion with back-to-back 3s. And the Rockets fans know what he can do. And a timeout has been called by the Newcastle University head coach, Mark Elderkin. His team now trailing by 6 after back-to-back 3s from Champion. And definitely Lewis Champion. You know he can come alive in these sort of games, and something the Rockets may have been lacking from beyond the arc. Team Newcastle shooting 1 from 12 from 3-point land, and the Rockets now 5 from 17, so a better percentage. Rockets still at a deficit on the rebound battle, I beg your pardon, sorry, the game is tied, 30 rebounds apiece. And you can definitely see these two teams are so close, and that is reflected in the statistics of the game. So that's the end of Mark Elderkin's timeout. Just a slight adjustment in the score. It's 45-38. Rockets have held their opponents to just 2 points in these opening 5 minutes of this third quarter. What a response from Coach Nurizade's side. Newcastle looking to go inside. And Kenway all the way to the rack for two as Alexander fouls him. And Emmanuel Kenway is just barreling his way to the bucket and gets it to go, and will go to the line for the three-point play. Temi George will come back into the game for Team Newcastle. Kenway is at the line as the Rockets faithful make some noise to try and disrupt the flow. And he is good on the free throw to reduce the arrears to 4. 45 plays 41, and we're under the tipping point of this third quarter. 4 minutes 50 remaining in the third stanza. There's Clark. We'll go to Maynard. It's been quiet so far. Clark under pressure, shot clock winding down. High screen and roll. Clark to Champion for another one. Why not? LJC for the three ball. He's made 3 in a row. Three-point attempt the other way is also good. Temi George. And that stops the rot for Team Newcastle. 48 plays 44. Perhaps both teams with their shooting boots back on. Champion feeling it, gives it to Jenkins. Jenkins thought about it, but turns the ball over on the play. And a substitution for Team Newcastle. Matthew Allman will come into the game in place of Josh Moore. Four minutes remaining in this third quarter. 48 plays 44. It's been close all the way through as Rooney dishes to Matthews. Matthews for 3 is good. And that's a don't help from the strong side. Max Matthews reduces the arrears to just 1. Team Newcastle were 1 from 12 from beyond the arc and have made their last 2. Clark finds Alexander for 2. Great composure by Clark and Alexander to finish the play, 50-47. And this game is really nip and tuck, as you'd expect between two teams fighting for a top 4 finish in NBL Division 1. Matthews drives, and it's an offensive foul. Jemiah Jenkins gets his chest in the way. And a great take from the Rockets' number 6. As the Rockets with a chance to extend this very small 3-point advantage. High screen and roll. Clark plays against the big, kicks, doesn't get it to go. Rooney, coast to coast. Rooney, nothing doing there. Maynard rebounds. Clark back to Jenkins. Jenkins will drive. Champion for 3. No, he didn't. LJC with 4 threes in a row. Rooney gets the ball back, and a blocking foul is called on the drive. And let's see what the call is. Call is on number 4, that's Mitch Clark. And Zach Powell will check back into the game for the Rockets. Mitch Clark taking a well-earned breather. 53 plays 47. Lewis Champion 5 from 9 from the three. Now leads all scorers in the game with 19 points. What a quarter it's been for the Rockets' number 7. Shot clock winding down. Pull up J, no good. Canway keeps it alive. Challenge shot from Del Sol Lowry is good for 2. And it's a 4-point game. Still nothing between these two teams. LJC in a little bit of trouble. Manages to find Jenkins. Jenkins goes off the bounce. LJC thought about it. Goes for it. Short on that one. That's the heat check one. Little wry smile from Champion. As Newcastle look to play in transition. 3-ball from the top of the key is no good from Temi George this time. Mark Elderkin likes the shot though. Gives a round of applause. 53-49. We've under the 2-minute mark in this third quarter. Cross-screen, T-screen action from the Rockets. Alexander kicks to Powell on the weak side. Powell goes off the bounce to Jenkins in the corner. Jenkins finds the back of the iron. He's really struggling from beyond the arc this evening. Nice little fake there from Matthew Allman, but Powell contains him. Both teams wearing each other down as the stop and pop gets the friendly roll. Daniel Del Sol Lowry reduces the arrears to just 2 as we enter the final minute of this third quarter. Rockets just going with high screen and roll, switch. Alexander looking to play against the switch. He's double teamed and a travel is called on the play. And Team Newcastle doing a good job from the interior as Mitch Clark will come back into the game. And the sharp shooting Lewis Champion takes a well-earned rest, and what a quarter it's been for him. Lewis Champion 7 points at half-time. Now leaves the game with 19 points personal, thanks to his 4 threes as Canway looks to play inside against Alexander, but not this time. They'll go back inside. Canway against Alexander. Interesting matchup this is. The 3-ball from Allman is short, and Alexander picks up the glass, but is out of bounds. And those are the type of turnovers the Rockets really need to avoid. 23 seconds on the game clock, 14-second shot clock for Team Newcastle, 53 plays 51. The ball is inbounded. Canway looks to play against Alexander, goes all the way to the rack, can't get it to go. Alexander got away with that one. Rockets should have the last shot of this third quarter with 7 seconds. Jenkins plays screen and roll. Jenkins stops and pops and connects, and that's the one the Rockets fans have been waiting for. Jemiah Jenkins with a clutch 3-ball to end the third quarter, and the Rockets go in to the final fourth quarter with a 5-point advantage, 56 plays 51. And catch your breath, what a quarter that was. Rockets winning that quarter by 23 points to 15. Much better scoring output from the home team. And let's update you on where we are in terms of scoring. As we said, Lewis Champion with a blistering third quarter now leads all scorers in the game with 19 points personal. He's supported by Reece Pinnock, who has 12, and Christian Alexander, who has 10 points and 9 rebounds. Max Matthews and Logan Rooney have 11 points apiece for our visitors. Daniel Del Sol Lowry has 8 points. In terms of the rebound battle, nothing in it, 34-33. Both teams with similar turnovers. Rockets 10 turnovers, Team Newcastle with 9. And it's still a really close battle as Team Newcastle University return to the floor with Matthew Allman, Logan Rooney, Daniel Del Sol Lowry, Temi George and Emmanuel Canway. And we're just waiting for the Rockets to make their appearance ahead of this fourth and final quarter live from Loddon Valley Leisure Centre. There's almost 100 of you watching now. A very warm welcome to you. It's been a close encounter. 56 plays 51 in favour of the home team. Just a reminder, both teams locked at 13 wins and 7 losses in the NBL Division 1 table. Team Newcastle University currently with the head-to-head 103 points to 95 victory at Newcastle. So an 8-point swing there. Rockets currently up by 5. Canway hands off to Del Sol Lowry. So Lowry stops and pops for 3, but is short on that one. I'm not sure that's the shot that Team Newcastle were looking for out of the quarter time. Rockets with the ball and a chance to extend the lead. They haven't been able to shake off Team Newcastle. So Clark has it. Inside to Alexander. No double this time, so Alexander will play one-on-one. Nice feet from Alexander. But a travel is called on the play. Have to have a look at that one again. It's an interesting one. Okay, yeah. Looks as though he moved his pivot foot. So a good call by the officials. But interesting to see Rockets' intent still going inside to Alexander. Rooney has it. Canway. Back to Rooney. Rooney drives the baseline against Clark. That's great defence from Mitch Clark, one of the best defenders on this Rockets team. But Newcastle still have the ball. And it falls to Temi George, who gets it to go for 2. And Rockets just struggling to come up with all those loose ball situations. Champion in trouble, but no line of pass. Great kick from Alexander to Clark for 3, no good. And out of bounds is the call. Alexander keeping it alive for the Rockets as Josh Moore will check back into the game for the visitors. Logan Rooney will come out and have a rest. High minutes once again for Logan Rooney. Hasn't actually come out the game yet, I don't believe. Alexander to Maynard. Jenkins, high screen and wall. Jenkins to Maynard for 3, he's off. Alexander really doing a great job keeping it alive, and a turnover in transition for Team Newcastle, so the Rockets get away with that one. A reminder, we are back next Sunday, 4 o'clock here. Another game. 7 in a row at home for the Rockets. Amazing. Clark inside. Alexander. Alexander looks to play, kicks it to Clark. Clark drives the baseline back to Alexander. Looks as though he got fouled on the finish. Rockets somehow keep it alive. Shot clock has reset. Champion to Maynard. Maynard for 3, and it's good this time. Elijah Maynard. Big buckets. Rockets with a 6-point advantage. 59 plays 53. We're under the 8-minute mark remaining in the ball game. Little short show from the Rockets on the pick and roll. The 3-ball from Matthew Allman is good. And Team Newcastle shooting the ball a lot better in this second half, with Max Matthews and Logan Rooney both on the bench, getting some well-earned rest ahead of this final part of the ball game. Clark to Maynard. Maynard inside to Alexander. Alexander gets it to go with the lefty hook for 2, and the Rockets finding what they wanted. Transition by Team Newcastle. Great defense by the Rockets, doing a much better job of protecting the paint in transition. Ball's reversed. The 3-ball up and away, but it's no good, and Jenkins out of nowhere rebounds for the Rockets, who have a 5-point advantage. Coach Elderkin has decided to make a change as Jenkins stops and pops for 2 and gets it to go. Logan Rooney is waiting to check back into the game, and his team are trailing by 7. Good defense again from the Rockets. Newcastle looking to go inside. Canway against Alexander. Alexander getting the better of that one. Shot fake from Moore, who gets fouled on the drive, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots. Jemiah Jenkins picks up that one, and with Logan Rooney goes Sova Kande. He's checking back into the game. A very warm welcome if you are just joining us live on YouTube here from Loddon Valley. Great to see you watching. Hope you are enjoying our coverage, as 2 shots to Josh Moore is the outcome. And Moore is good on the first despite the Loddon Valley crowd. And here he is, Jack Adams. Sorry I can't be, he's not sorry really. Off doing his thing in Wales. The Welsh wizard, although he's not Welsh. But Jack, we're missing you here, mainly because of your wit and humour. 2 from 2 from the foul line as the game is at 5. 63 plays 58. 6 minutes and change remaining in this game. It's still finely poised as Maynard to Jenkins. Shot clock winding down. Clark plays downhill. Will kick it to Maynard. Can he get back-to-back threes? No, he can't. Rockets looking to do a great job keeping the ball alive, and they do. Maynard inside to Alexander. Alexander to Clark. Clark will have to drive the baseline to Maynard. Gets it to go for 2, and that's beautiful ball movement by the Rockets, who are leading again by 7. Defense is the cry here at the Valley for the Rockets fans. Josh Moore goes one-on-one, gets fouled on the drive. Reese Pinnock will be charged with that one. Sideline ball will be the call. And Jason Sudeen is coming back into the game for Team Newcastle University. Emmanuel Canway, who's done a great job battling inside against Christian Alexander, who's done a great job. So, ball is inbounded. Moore has it against Pinnock. Moore goes off the bounce. Inside to Sudeen. And a travel is called on the play. Good defense by the Rockets. 112 of you now watching. A really exciting encounter here at Loddon Valley Leisure Centre. The Rockets leading the ball game by 7. 65 plays 58 as Lewis Champion, who had the hot hand in the 3rd quarter, is back into the game. Pinnock plays one-on-one to Maynard, kicks it to Jenkins. Jenkins fancies it. No good on the 3 ball. And a foul is called on the rebound. Reese Pinnock is charged with that one against Logan Rooney. That's the 3rd team foul of this 4th quarter. That's 3 personal fouls. Team Newcastle, I do beg your pardon, that's this. I'll have to check on the fouls. So Team Newcastle with the ball. Moore drives inside to Sudeen. And nothing doing there, and Rockets regain possession. And it's a Reading Rockets ball. And Mitch Clark. Champion. High screen and roll. Clark. Pinnock. Maynard. Maynard steps out of bounds on the step away 3. 65 plays 58. So Team Newcastle with the ball. 4 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in this pulsating game. 65 plays 58. And out of bounds is the call. And a couple of turnovers from Team Newcastle, not helping the calls at the moment for the visiting team to Reading. Champion for 3, connects! Lewis Champion is in the mood. 10-point ball game, 68 plays 58. Sudeen can't get it to go. Out of bounds is the call. And Emmanuel Canway is being ready to come back into the game with just under 4 minutes. Max Matthews will also come back in. Rockets with possession. Champion brings the ball up under a little bit of pressure. And an offensive foul has been called against Lewis Champion. So back to Team Newcastle, their ball. 68 plays 58. Moore drives, nothing doing. Tapped out of bounds by Elijah Maynard. An offensive foul is called on the screening action there, and that will be charged to Josh Moore. And a couple more changes, or sorry, one change. Matthew Orman is due to come back into the game for Newcastle University. Rockets holding their opponents to just 7 points so far in this fourth quarter. So Clark, under pressure, gives it to Maynard, who hands it off to Pinnock. Pinnock back to Maynard. Champion again for 3. No good, but Alexander's there. He misses the putback. It's still a 10-point ball game as we approach the 3-minute mark. The 3 ball is off and Rockets will rebound again. Maynard goes inside to Alexander, who's fouled on the catch. Max Matthews puts his hand up and acknowledges that. So, Rockets ball from the baseline. We're under the 3-minute mark. Rockets have a 10-point advantage. Don't forget, it's an 8-point advantage, should we say, to Team Newcastle on the head-to-head. Champion drive, shot clock winding down. Maynard kicks it to Clark. Clark will fire the 3, finds the back of the iron. Pinnock really trying on the rebound, but Rooney gets it, kicks it in transition. Rockets have done a good job just to disrupt the transition. Inside to Canway. Canway looking to play against Alexander. Nothing doing. The 3 ball is fired by Kande, who Reece Pinnock helped off. 68 plays 61. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. Can the Rockets hang on to get the victory, and can they do it with the advantage they need as Champion fires and doesn't connect, hits the back of the iron, and we're under the 2-minute mark now. And Matthews all the way to the rack for 2, and Coach Nurizadeh has seen enough. He will call timeout with his team leading by just 5. 1:57 remaining in the ball game. What a half, what a game it's been here, live at the Valley. Rockets with a 5-point advantage. They will have the ball. And just a reminder, both teams locked on 13 wins and 7 losses. The head-to-head currently in favour of Team Newcastle University with an 8-point advantage. So if the Rockets were to win, and they were to win by more than 8, they would have that head-to-head should both teams finish on the same number of wins and losses heading into the postseason. Once again, a big thank you to all those of you that have joined us live here at Loddon Valley on the stream. Great to have you with us watching some quality NBL Division 1 action. It's been a really good weekend for Division 1 action, as we see Coach Nurizadeh giving the final instructions in his timeout. So Rockets will inbound the ball. A little bit of full court pressure from Team Newcastle. The Rockets navigate that. So high screen and roll. Champion rejects it, kicks it to Clark in the corner. Shot clock winding down. Clark is defended by Matthews. The switch happens. Jenkins with the three ball, connects, and that's a big three for the Rockets. With 90 seconds remaining in the ball game, they lead by 8. Rooney is blocked by Alexander. Mitch Clark slowing things down. Champion. 8 seconds on the shot clock. To Clark. Clark inside to Alexander. Shot clock winding down. Alexander fumbles, fades away, shoots it. Can't get it to go, and a 24-second violation will be called. And we've just tipped under the 1 minute mark as Coach Mark Elderkin calls timeout. His team are trailing by 8. And that was the deficit in Newcastle, so it's finally balanced. And I imagine both teams have that in mind. So as we take a look into the timeouts, we can see Coach Elderkin giving instructions to his team, looking to draw something up to get them a much needed score. Topsy-turvy game this has been. Newcastle holding the Rockets to just 8 points in quarter number 2, but the Rockets have responded well since. And we are, as I say, just under the minute mark here. It's a 71-63 scoreline in favour of the Rockets. And both teams coming back onto the floor for this final minute. No doubt there will be some more timeouts, with both teams having 1 left each. And here we go. So the ball is inbounded, high screen and roll, which is defended well by Champion. Canway's inside, nothing doing there. The 3 ball is off and Jenkins is manhandled. And the foul is eventually called on Jemiah Jenkins, who is really strong with the ball. Good job by the Rockets guard, who was under immense pressure there. 71 plays 63. Rockets fans feeling nervous, but it looks like their team could secure the win. But can they secure it by more than 8 points? 40 seconds remaining in the ball game. Shot clock winding down. Clark drives. Clark all the way to the rack. Nothing doing there. Alexander gets it. Kicks to Maynard. The shot clock reset. Champion thought about the 3. Will drive. Champion to the rack. No, nothing doing. Max Matthews with the ball. Rooney drives. And a foul is called on the play. So 2 shots to Logan Rooney. And you would expect Coach Nurizadeh to take time out after the free throw. So it's an 8-point ball game. Foul was called against Christian Alexander. Logan Rooney is on the line, and Logan Rooney, who is a 72% free throw shooter, is good on the first. And I'm sure Coach Nurizadeh will be calling timeout and advancing the ball for the last shot. Rooney goes 2 from 2, and indeed Coach Nurizadeh does take timeout. 71 plays 65. It's a 6-point advantage to the Rockets, so the Rockets most likely will get the win in the game. But the key thing is that head-to-head score that we've been banging on about all afternoon. Just a reminder, both teams, if they finish the season with the same amount of wins and losses, it goes to head-to-head. Newcastle University currently with an 8-point advantage on that. Rockets 6 points up with the ball. And what has Coach Nurizadeh got in the locker to end this pulsating game, which has been quite low scoring in the end? But it's been great to see Lewis Champion, definitely the star man, shooting 6 from 12 from beyond the arc with 22 points personal. But Christian Alexander with 12 points and 12 rebounds and has done a really good job for his team. Reece Bennett with 12 points and 7 rebounds. Max Matthews and Logan Rooney have 13 points apiece. And we will get ready for the final part, of this game. Stick with us, because this is an important possession as the Rockets look to get their lead to 8 or 9. And Mitch Clark will inbound. Champion. Time winding down. And they turn the ball over. And the Rockets will win 71-65. So it's a great win for the Rockets. But Team Newcastle have the head-to-head, which could be all important towards the end of this season. But for now, the Rockets move on to 14 wins and 7 losses. And Team Newcastle have 13 wins and 8 losses, with 3 games to play in NBL Division 1. But a really good game of basketball here at the Valley. And let's just give you some final statistics. Lewis Champion finishing with 22 points personal. Christian Alexander with 12 points and 12 rebounds. And Reece Bennett with 12 points and 7 rebounds. And for Team Newcastle, Max Matthews and Logan Rooney with 13 points apiece. Logan Rooney picking up 7 rebounds. And a pretty balanced scoring attack from Team Newcastle University. The final quarter, 15-14. And Rockets coming out on top with the battle of the rebounds, 44-40. A really close game. An awesome spectacle for both teams. And as you can see on the screen, Rockets, good scoring in the first and third quarter. Newcastle with a pretty balanced attack throughout the game, which was reduced as they went on. But that second quarter may be something that Rockets rue. But the crowd are just being introduced to the game MVP, which without surprise is Lewis Champion. 6 from 12 from beyond the arc. We will see if we can catch a word with Lewis. Hopefully somebody will be able to grab him for us and see if we can have a quick chat to our MVP. As the Rockets faithful come onto the floor, Lewis Champion is slowly making his way over, and hopefully we'll be able to put on a set of headphones, I would imagine. Oh, in fact, it looks like Matt Johnson is going to do the honours with the post-game interview, which is great. And we will hand over to Matt and Lewis in just a sec as we get them ready. And here we go.
Lewis, congratulations. A big win.
Yeah, big
win. How did it feel to be out there?
Yeah, good, electric. Because obviously when we're at home, it's always the crowd is into it, and they're like our sick man. So it's always fun to be at home, and it's always a good game when we're at home.
Yeah, good for Christian to have a good game against his old team as well, right?
Super happy for him. I mean, he works hard every day, and for him to come out here and have a great game against his old team really shows the kind of player he is.
Good to see you and Jemiah getting your shots finishing off as well. That must feel good for you guys.
Yeah, about time me and Flip hit some shots. So yeah, good for us to do it in a game, which is a big game for us going into the rest of the season.
And hopefully, if we continue to drive towards that 4th spot as well, more games to go. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. I'm excited. I mean, like I said, we've got all our rest of our games at home. So with our fans being at home and everything, I think we have a very good chance to secure that 4th spot.
Great. Well, congratulations on your performance today, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Well, that's great to hear from LJC there. 6 from 12 from downtown this evening, 22 points personal, getting the job done, and he'll wander off and get all the plaudits for this game as the Rockets have come out with a 71-65 victory, so they get the win on the day. Team Newcastle managed to keep the head-to-head. And that is it from the Valley. Thank you very much indeed. There is one more interview I've just been told in my ear, which is great. It looks like Flip Jenkins will be joining us and Matt Johnson, which is awesome. So I will hand over now to Matt Johnson, who has Jemiah Jenkins with him, and he finished with 10 points.
Flip, how did that feel to be out there? Close game today. You started to knock down those shots.
It felt great. Just a team effort. We all came together, listened to the game plan. I'm glad we got the win.
How do you cope when personally sometimes it doesn't always go your way and you've kept fighting, defending, and then you suddenly that feeling must be great?
Oh, it feels amazing. I just know, and the team knows, we just got to stay with it. And it starts in the defensive end. As long as we get stops, everything else is going to come.
Yeah, one of the things that's really noticeable is the backcourt. There's so many of you that can play now, and it's really good to see sharing the ball, you, Mitch, Reese, anyone, Zach, Lewis, anyone on a day. So that must feel really confident when you can look at each other like that.
It definitely does. It's no fall off. Whoever's in the game, we all believe in each other, and we just take care of business each and every day, even in practice. We preach it to us. When we in the game, we just got to fight hard, and the results will be there. So.
And anything you want to say to your friends back home, your family, they must be listening or watching.
They are listening. Well, I want to say to my mom, I love you, miss you. To my dad, I love you, miss you. Family back home, I'm glad, I love you, miss you. And I'll keep supporting the Rockets.
That's all we need to say, isn't it? Thanks, Flip.
Thank you.
Well, wonderful to hear from Jemiah Jenkins just then. Really enjoying the game, and as I was just saying before the interview, Jemiah Jenkins finishing with 10 points personal. They 2 from 6 from beyond the arc, and the Rockets close out the game with a 71-65 victory. That's it from the Valley. We will see you next time. Great job to the home team.